Hello everyone, it's Paige and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's the last Thursday of this month, so you know what that means. It is going to be a fitness video today. With diet, I've been trying to improve, so I'll give you a little update there. I've been trying to eat as healthy as I possibly can, but still not deprive myself. That's really something that I'm focusing on. I'm doing more intuitive eating, so if I feel like I want something, I'm going to eat it, but you don't always have to finish it. And if I'm craving something that may be a little bad, then I do that as well. I think sometimes when I get into dieting, I get extreme about it and then I don't keep it up, and that's hard. So I really like intuitive eating. If you want more info on it, Google it. I'm not an expert in it, so I don't want to give you guys any false information, but it has really helped me a lot, and I think that it would help you too if you struggle with that like diet culture and feeling like it's hard for you to keep up with eating habits. And I think intuitive eating would be the way for you guys to go. And we're gonna get right into this workout. I'm gonna show you some lower impact exercises. I know the last leg day I was doing squats and deadlifts, and I know a lot of you don't really want to do that or don't have access to all of that equipment. So today we're just gonna do some lower body and upper body and some of my absolute favorite exercises that I do all the time. So let's just get right into it. So first off, we're gonna start with our upper body exercises, and all you need is a band. I really love this one, but you can really do this with any type of band that you want, and you could probably even do it just with body weight or even with some free weights. Whatever you have at home and whatever feels best to you, do that. But I really like this band, and I do these exercises all the time, and I really feel like they help. It helps my golf game, but it's not too intense where I feel like I'm ever going to pull something or hurt myself. Sometimes when I'm using free weights and I go a little heavy, I can feel it the next day where I feel almost a little scared that, you know, I'm in not the right position and then I'm going to hurt myself. I never feel that way with bands. And so if you feel like me, bands might be a really great alternative for you. So the first exercise that I do is just a curl. So what I do is I like to put one foot right in the center, and you can measure it to make sure it's even, should be even. And then I just put 1 foot over. If you want to make the resistance a little harder, you can put 2 feet on, but I just like to do 1. Then you just hold the handles, and then from here, you just go up and down. I will do 4 sets of 12. The next exercise that I do is still the same thing. It's 1 foot. If you want more resistance, then stand on it with 2 feet. And so I'm gonna bend over just slightly, grab the handles, and then just bring it up. One thing to keep in mind with all of these exercises is to control it on the way up and on the way down. You don't want to fly it up and then just let it go. That's not what bands are for. So you want to be really slow and controlled the entire time. And again, just don't get here and then drop it down. Next exercise is I'm going to bend over, put a slight bend in my knee, and I'm going to put my palms forward. You want to make sure your palms are not back. They're definitely forward on this exercise. And then you bend your arms, and then you just extend backwards. And all of these exercises are 4 sets of 12. You can do more or less depending on what feels good to you, but 12 is where I do feel like I'm getting that burn and it's feeling a bit fatigued, but I am not the point where I'm doing bad technique and to get the reps. So if you can do good technique, controlled, and you're still getting the reps, then that's a good number for you. And the last band exercise I'm going to show you today is all you need something to wrap it on. I just use the squat rack that I have, and then you just loop it around. And then from here, I just hold it, make sure it's even. You don't want it lopsided. And then you just bend over and do triceps. One thing I like to do is you don't want your arms out and just kind of flailing all over the place. So I like to hold them close and then just bring them down. And again, you don't want to like bring it up. You want to try to keep your elbows where they are and just straighten your arms out. So those are my 4 favorite band exercises. I do them all the time, and like I said, I am such a big fan of bands because, and I preach this all the time when it comes to golf, is practicing with a purpose, and I like to work out that same way. When you have to be really slow and controlled, I feel like I get so much more out of it compared to if I'm trying to lift very heavy weight and I'm just throwing it down after I'm done, or I can't even do full reps or good technique. I get way more out of it if I'm being slow and controlled with good technique when I have my bands. And it's also too, it's better, for example, with the tricep extensions. Normally you're holding on to one bar and it's pretty easy just to bring it down, but I was struggling, I'm sure you saw it too, when it's separate, keeping them together and slow and controlled. So there's so much benefits to it, and I feel like it works a lot of my smaller muscles, and that's what you need for golf in those really weird positions that we get in. So again, if you haven't tried bands, try them out. And if you do only free weights and you're like, bands are too easy for me, try bands. You can get them in a lighter, medium, really heavy, whatever you want, but it's much more challenging than you think. So again, try bands. We did upper body, and now we're moving to lower body. I'm gonna show you some of my favorite kettlebell exercises, and I don't think people utilize the kettlebell enough. I know most people just go and do squats on their squat rack and the bar and all the heavy weights, and even I do that in my deadlifts, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to do that. And I know too, sometimes at gyms when they're so busy, you don't even have access to a squat rack or even able to do that. So you can do everything that you want with a kettlebell, and it just feels a little bit better on my body. So I'll show you some of my favorite exercises. So the first exercise I'm gonna show you is the kettlebell swing. So this is a kettlebell. If you've never seen one before, they have it and all different weight. So you can get it heavier, lighter, whatever you want. And so you grab onto the handle of it, and for the kettlebell swing, all you do is have your legs about shoulder width apart, a little farther than that. And then you squat down, bend forward, and then you don't want to swing with your arms. You almost want to swing with your hips and have your hips push forward to start the momentum. And so you're not here and then swinging out with your arms. You're letting your hips push forward, and the arms are just kind of along for the ride. You want to make sure you're sitting back in your heels too and not on your toes like you want to move forward. So again, sit back, squat, push. For all of these, I'm doing 4 sets of 12. For this next one, we're going to do a goblet squat. So you grab your kettlebell and you swing it up and you hold the circular part of it and put your thumbs through the handle and almost kind of like rest the handle a little bit on your chest. And then from here, all you do is then just a normal squat. Goblet squats are great because again, you don't have all of the weight on your back and you can't do as much, obviously, so then you're not hurting your knees, but you still get some of that weight instead of doing it without any weight. So that's why I like goblet squats. So next we're gonna do a deadlift with our kettlebell. Again, I prefer sometimes to do these compared to doing it with a bar and a lot of weight. So what you do is you grab your kettlebell. I like to put my feet a little bit closer for these, and then you just bend down. Back up. Try to keep the weight as close to your legs as possible when you're doing this exercise. Another variation of what I just showed you is to do it with one leg, and this kills. Every time I do this exercise, I am sore for days after, so make sure you grab a lighter weight. And sorry guys, I am trying to act like I'm not sucking air right now, but I am like huffing and puffing getting through this workout, and it's like hotter than you know what here in Arizona. So sorry for the sweat and like not being able to breathe, but you can tell I'm actually working hard. So what I like to do is I will grab a lighter dumbbell or a lighter kettlebell than what I would normally do for 2 legs. And what you do is you put opposite arm, opposite leg. So hold the weight in the opposite arm, then you're going back with your leg. Lift your leg up and then bend down. This is hard too because you're really trying to keep your balance, And so it's working so many other muscles as well, and you really have to focus in on what you're doing. The last exercise I'm going to show you is really going to burn that booty, and we're going to do squat pulses while holding a kettlebell. And for this one, you want to grab a very heavy kettlebell, and because basically you're just holding there and going up and down, and you want all of that weight. So as heavy as you can go without feeling like you're about to hurt yourself or put too much strain on your body. But trust me, you're really gonna be burning by the end of this. So I'm just gonna do it with the one I've been doing, but I normally would do a heavier kettlebell for this. And so I'll put my legs kind of wide, a little bit wider than normal squat. Then I go down and I just go up and down. And I do this until exhaustion, till I can't do anymore, which is around like 35. So I'm exhausted. Those exercises might seem a little bit easier than, doing some very heavy weight, but it is not, as you can tell by the fact that I'm dripping sweat right now. It's very difficult, but I try to incorporate all of these exercises into pretty much all of my workouts for leg day and upper body, so I hope that you enjoy them and you get some inspiration for some new workouts. So leave a comment down below if you've been loving the fitness videos. I will catch my breath eventually. And don't forget to leave a comment, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next Thursday.